Great, thank you very much. Eugene Wu, visualize me.
Thank you. Can I have a slide? Okay. So I'm Eugene. I'm the CEO of Venngage. We are from, Venngage is a product from a very successful Visualize Me team. We're also part of the Ryerson Digital Media Zone. So what's Venngage? Venngage is a web platform for creating beautiful and interactive infographics in minutes. We're sort of like a WordPress for infographics. We launched recently, 2 months ago, in private, and we have about a dozen paying customers, including Facebook and The Score. Our vision is to be one of the new companies in Toronto exceeding $500 million in revenue. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to get there. But first, some basics. What are infographics? So infographic is a way of telling a story and presenting complex information in a simple and concise form using a mixture of design, text, and writing. So basically, it's a mix of writing, art, and science to tell a great and compelling story. So why are infographics relevant? What's the big deal with infographics? The problem that we face right now is that we are in an age of data overload. Every day we are bombarded with thousands and thousands of messages. In 1 month alone, there are over 2 billion tweets, 30 billion Facebook posts, and a gazillion emails. So the problem we face is that we don't have time to read lengthy articles or reports anymore. And that's where infographics come in. Infographics saves the day by cutting through the clutter, synthesizing complex information, and presenting them in an easy-to-understand format. As cliche as it is, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So infographics have become very, very popular over the last year or so. There's been a massive explosion of infographics on the web over the past year. So the graph on your right is the Google, it's a Google graph on the interest of infographics over the last couple of years. And you can see a huge spike from last year. And why is that? The change has happened because infographics is an extremely sticky form of content. And when I mean sticky, I mean infographics stays on the web a lot. They are shared constantly, and they are viewed constantly by people. An infographic that is published has a lot higher chances of being shared on social networks and viewed on a social network than any other content out there. And subsequently, marketers have seen this, have seen the potential of infographics and are now using infographics as a form of content marketing. Marketers now use infographics as part of their press releases, in their white papers, in their blog articles, and in their reports. So the problem with infographics is that it is pretty difficult to create. Creation of infographics is very costly, it's time-consuming, and it's difficult. It is still mainly work that is outsourced to the services industry, to either a design firm or an agency. And the cost is around $1,000 and up. So per infographic, that is. So it's a very, very costly thing, and it is mostly out of reach for small and medium-sized businesses, and many big businesses as well. So this is where we come in. So Venngage has created a tool that automates part of that process and makes the creation of infographics very, very easily. And we also make it very affordable. So we are trying to democratize the creation of infographics the very same way that WordPress has democratized the creation of websites. We're also the only tool that allows users to create and embed interactive elements in their infographics very easily without any coding. This is a tool that marketers use to engage their audience. They can embed links, they can embed polls, call to actions, and transform passive viewers into engaged viewers and potential leads and clients. We also help marketers publish and track the results of their infographics. So we provide analytics on the performance of their campaigns, and we help them understand and improve their campaign results. So how do we make money out of this? Venngage is a software as a service. It has a monthly recurring revenue. So it's $99 a month per user. And there is a freemium model for the casual user or for bloggers. So these are people who perhaps create 1 or 2 a year. And in exchange for co-branding and marketing, we give them free access to our tool. So this is an extremely low cost and scalable business, and with very, very high growth potential. And as I mentioned, we are in a private beta right now with paying customers, so it's a business model that has already been validated. So how big is this market? Space? So if you look at the visualization on the presentation, this is the entire internet marketing landscape broken up by segments. Our target segment is the content marketing segment, so it's the red dot somewhere in the middle. As you can see, it's a pretty big segment. It is almost as big as the social media segment, and it's twice the size of the SEO and the blogging segment. And this market itself is worth billions of dollars. So this is a similar picture, but with the major vendors and their market value. So as you can see, it's a very interesting chart. As you can see, for most of the segments, there is a mature or a player in there. So for example, social media has a Radiance 6, which is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In the blogging segment, there's WordPress and Tumblr at $1 billion, and they're worth billions of dollars. SEO, there's SEO Moz, and analytics is Omniture, and so forth. All of these other segments are mature markets, with the exception of the content marketing segment. The content marketing segment is still largely a service-based industry. You still go out and hire writers or agencies to do your content. So it is definitely an industry that is ripe for disruption. It is an industry where there are players in right now, so obviously there are competitors, but everyone is in the start. And we think that Visualize Me and Venngage is poised to become one of the early movers into this market. Our vision is to be the content marketing tool that every marketer uses to create any content. So we're going to build out our suite to include all other content types. Infographic is just like a beachhead. We want to expand our features to include every other content type out there. We want to build a brand that marketers recognize and love. And we think we are poised to become Toronto's next $500 million company, the next Radiance 6. That concludes my presentation. I do have an ask. We are seeking advice from marketers and social media experts, and we'll be raising a round in a couple of months, so any introductions to investors are as welcome as well. Thank you. Any questions?
Joss.
Yeah. First question maybe. You mentioned a couple of nice client names like Facebook. How did you attract those clients? How did they become clients of you? And what is the type of service that they're exactly using from you?
So Facebook came to us through, Visualize Me is a very well-known product. We have a consumer product that creates infographics from your LinkedIn profiles. So it is actually a pretty well-known product out there, and we get a lot of traction from it. So we're known in the infographic space. So it was an inbound interest. They came to us seeking help to do infographics for their marketing team. And the use case that they do is they use infographics as a sell tool. So they prepare these one-page infographics that go out to the CMOs and their CEOs of large companies that buy advertising from them.
But
No,
does that mean that they are a client of your previous or Visualize Me, or are they using the new product?
They are using the new product.
Are you concerned that they're just going to buy you? Over here.
Oh.
Are you concerned that, Facebook seems like a really good fit. Is Mark just going to buy you? Is that...
No, I'm not concerned about that.
No? It'd be okay?
Yeah, it'll be okay.
All right. Just curious. Other questions?
Okay.
Now, what about real-time infographics? This all seems to be, I already have the data, therefore I make an infographic. But if I have a website that's a poll or something, can I do a real-time updated infographic?
Yes, so that's one of the features that we are considering in our pipeline. So far, no one has asked for that feature. So the way we prioritize is if any customer wants it, we'll put it in the pipeline.
I just asked, yeah.
And yes, yeah. So if you ask, then definitely, because our other product, Visualize Me, is sort of it has a pseudo real time. We pull the data from an API. So the technology is there. It's just not it's not in Venngage at the moment, but we could very easily implement it.
Okay, because I'm thinking of a relationship between you guys and Vote Compass. Real-time election results,
Sure,
infographic.
yeah.
Like it makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
Anyway,
we'll talk after this.
Yeah, that's our time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.